On tonight's episode, it will be a night for anime fans to avoid as they listen to their favorite show and mangas get destroyed. Coming up next on Late and in Color.
What's up? We're Black and we're back.
And we thank you so much for tuning in, getting this far into the episode. My mom usually doesn't get past the first 3 seconds.
And even if you accidentally clicked on the show, we simultaneously thank you and apologize. But it's okay because accidents happen all the time, see?
Anyway, keep the accidents coming by accidentally clicking the subscribe button and accidentally turning on your post notification bell. Once again, we apologize and thank you in advance.
Moving on, if there's 3 things that I miss about being a kid, is getting toys from Happy Meals at McDonald's, not being 10 feet tall, because I can't play at playgrounds anymore.
Monkey bars are terrible.
Terrible. And watching some classic kid cartoons, like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, top 3.
You said it so fast earlier, I was like, what? But I still don't know what you're talking about. What is this show?
It's about these beings that are created through the imagination of children. They literally create anything at all, and if it'll come to life. But then people outgrow their imaginary friends, so they go to the foster home for imaginary friends.
What was your favorite character on the show?
Blue.
Why?
Because his name was Blue, and my favorite color was blue at the time.
At the time?
At the time, it's red now. Okay, thanks. But
okay, Joffrey. I mean, not Joffrey. I would say, okay, Quinn. You guys don't know what we're talking about.
But none of that compares to the joy of watching anime as an adult.
Can't relate.
You don't watch anime?
No, the hell.
What do you have against anime?
What do you mean? What do I have against anime? Nothing about anime makes sense. What is there to? I don't.
Go ahead, explain further. Make this make sense.
I don't. First of all, I don't make things make sense. But
I don't. Bills. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't. There's nothing to explain. It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry to everybody in this room that, because there's a lot of In Color crew members that are fans of anime, and I'm sorry if you disagree. But if you want me to be completely honest with you, anime is trash.
Anime is trash.
Anime is trash.
Your life is
there
trash.
Is no. That is true, but I don't understand how you think that anime is some weird show that has
Whoa there now, fellas. What seems to be the problem here?
Did you hear what came out of his mouth?
I barely heard what just came out of his mouth.
To me, I hear a lot of malarkey. You know what that means? Seems like we have an unpopular opinion on the table.
So anyway, like anime,
there's no way in the world that no.
Like,
there's no way that
Okay. Well, listen. All right, since you guys just keep on arguing, I guess there's only one way to settle this.
Macaroni necklaces.
Not this time, Rashid. All right, maybe another day. All right. But I think it's time we settle this in color court. Order in the court. Right now, I'm calling the case of all anime lovers around the world versus Mr. Vent Lock.
Your Honor, it's Vont.
I'll do the talking around here, sir.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Now, since you already feel the need to run that big mouth of yours
and big head,
listen. All right, one more outburst like that, you'll be thrown out my court. Okay. Would you, Mr. Locke, like to give your opening statements?
I suppose so, Your Honor.
All right. Get to it.
I, Vont Leak, come to In Color Court today to prove my unpopular opinion once and for all that the subject in question, anime, is, however, nada pero basura. Now, here's my reasoning. Are you ready to hear it?
I guess.
My first argument, sir, anime is confusing to even attempt to get into. Now, you may disagree with me, but most would consider anime a genre. Am I correct?
It's a...
am I correct?
Kind of, yes. Okay.
Am I correct, Your Honor?
Sadly, yes.
But it's definitely not entirely on the spectrum of a genre. Now, when I say I want to watch a movie, I tell you that I want to watch a drama. I tell you I want to watch a comedy. I tell you I want to watch a horror film. when it comes to anime, which already classifies as a genre because it has its own category on Netflix, I have to go into that section and go into even deeper into it to find certain animes. There's anime shows about political and social issues. One called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist
Full Metal
Brotherhood.
Alchemist.
I don't give a crap.
Thank you.
Excuse me,
Sir,
Your Honor. That
sir,
was an outburst.
Sir, let Mr. Lee finish his opinions, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Excuse me. Anyway, like I said, there's anime shows about social and political issues like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. There's sports animes like Haikyuu. I don't know what that was called, but hey, I'm just gonna let the animes do their thing.
Wow.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, Your Honor. There's even horror anime like Attack on Titan. Now, all of these programs, which I've already listed, I'm already a bit confused. They're categories on Netflix. In a category on Netflix? How do I go to a category like anime on Netflix and know what I'm supposed to be watching? All I know is I'm about to watch some crazy, twisted, yet supposedly invigorating storyline of a cartoon with either dubs or subs, which I've heard can go either way with you guys in here, in this courtroom. Am I correct?
That is true. I'm a big sub fan.
And they're in Japanese. Now, I don't know if you expect me to be immediately hooked. Maybe if I was Japanese and understood the culture or the language a bit more, then I could agree, but I'm not, so I can't. All I know is I'm just a confused young man who, even if I was trying to understand the ways of anime and wanted to get into it, I'd have no clear understanding of what to look forward to when I get into one.
All right. Good amount of statements. Mr. Rashid, you, sir, are defending the anime lovers. Would you like to say anything to Mr. Lee?
Yes, I would. So, Mr. Lee, first off, what you said about Haikyuu when you said the Hi-Ya, that was a bit controversial.
A bit controversial.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to disrespect the culture. I'm sorry, Your Honor. So I read it as
It was controversial.
Well, just a little
I
bit.
will agree.
Now, the thing that you get about anime is, yes, it's its own genre on Netflix, but and yes, there are genres within it. But if you can actually start one, if you can find one that piques your interest, I promise you can get into anime. Because I was the same way. I was misguided, just like you, young man.
Please don't mess up my curls.
You're right. I'm so sorry. His curls. Anyway, you disrespected anime. Now, my first anime I watched was Sword Art Online. And that's controversial in itself. You either hate it or you love it, like Mr. Benjani. And and I loved it. Like, it had action, it had story, it had romance, it had fight scenes, it had death, it had sadness. I almost cried. I'm a grown man. Do you know what it takes for me to cry?
Me telling you no, I'm not going out with you tonight.
Excuse me, sir.
Cut the camera. Wait, cut the camera. I need a break.
This is a PG courtroom.
We'll talk about this tonight.
Continue, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Another outburst, he's getting thrown out, right?
Yeah.
Stick to your threats. Your Honor.
Whoa.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, I got a little upset.
All right.
You said you don't understand.
Bailiff?
You said also because you don't understand the language. That's what sub is for. Sub is so that you can read the subtitles and hear the original language. Now, there's also dub, just in case you don't want to read, because I can't look at the action and read at the same time, you know what I mean? Because it's hard. I'm a little slow. But you don't have to understand the culture either. If you watch anime, you will start to understand the culture. They'll teach you through the show. They go to their traditional events. They have the traditional food, the way they speak, the way they say before they eat, the religions, gods, demons, like all types of amazing stuff. Like, if you really get into it, I'm telling you, you'd love it.
Okay. I'm going to backtrack a couple things you said, sir. Was it my turn to speak? I'm sorry. Can I have a counter argument?
Mr. Rashid, I appreciate your statements. You've made very, very valid points. Mr. Lowe, do you have any arguments you would like to state?
Yes. First of all, you said anime. Well, what's the name of the one you first watched?
Sword Art Online.
Okay. You said it falls in the category of sex, drama.
That is not.
I'm sorry. What you said was it's just a bunch of different genres, correct? Sex, drama, horror, horror. Okay, name the genres you said.
Genre for SAO is romance, action. slice of life.
Two of which you've already named are genres of themselves on Netflix, correct?
Well, yes.
So how am I supposed to know what I'm supposed to be watching if it's not in that section? What if...
Because most people don't watch... A lot of people don't watch anime, so they're not going to put it in the section where everyone goes to.
So if a lot of people don't watch anime...
Oh, and I didn't say that. There are... Did I say that?
You judge.
I said that?
He did say that.
Stop twisting my words. I didn't.
Okay, to my next point. You said sub, dub, all I'm hearing is a lot of flub. But what you said was anime teaches you a lot of crazy things, which bring me to my next point. Can I get to my next point, Your Honor?
You may.
Now, when you watch anime, what's the reason for you watching, sir? May I ask?
Because for me at least, the real world is a little you know what I mean? And anime is the only thing that's consistent that I can watch, and it'll distract me enough so that I don't have to think about anything else. Like, it'll transport you to that world. It doesn't even have to make sense. Like, there's an anime about giant skinless creatures that eat you.
Your Honor?
You're right. Sorry. It's not sorry.
Let the record show that he said it doesn't have to make sense, so that means there are some that don't make sense.
That's not what I said. I said it doesn't have to make sense to you once you start.
You didn't say to me.
So, sir, let me talk to my stenographer real quick. All right, my stenographer did tell me you did say that.
Okay, can I keep explaining? He cut me off.
This is my part. This is my point.
It is his part. All right.
I'm just asking.
You did give the general reason, Mr. Lowe. You may continue.
Sorry. Go ahead. I'll say that
So
later.
you watch to escape the real world, to get a sense of relief, a form of relaxation, correct?
Yes.
Isn't that what watching TV is?
Absolutely.
Yet there are life lessons in this show.
Sometimes, yes.
They play brain games with people. Now, as you said, you are slow. I'm a bit slow myself. I'm trying to figure out what my real name is because of this, Your Honor, right? But there are life lessons in shows, but this is not Sesame Street, where I'm going to be taught a number of the day and the letter of the day. So when I'm watching the show as a 19-year-old, or as you say, a grown man, I don't want to have to read words on the screen and pay attention to what's happening on the screen to fully grasp it. Doing one or another alone already hurts my mind. So watching these confusing animations of animation graphics of half-naked senpais using their magical powers to go into dark holes hurts my head. Now, I don't know what's supposed to be going on in these storylines. They don't ever add up to me. You told me that there are several that take you into alternate universes and put you in. They have 800 episodes worth of storylines, correct?
Yep, there are some, yes.
But are you a witness yourself?
That's true.
So you're a little biased.
No, but I'm just stating the fact.
He just knows information. That's it.
I'm asking the judge.
That's it.
Now,
I'm just here.
The fact that I have to.
All right, sir. I've seen that.
I thought it was the mug. I thought it was water. The fact that I have to read words at the bottom of the screen, pay attention to these confusing graphics to try to comprehend what these people are saying. Jesus Christ. Let's not even mention that even though there are some notable animated shows for grown-ups like Rick and Morty or Family Guy, animated cartoons are usually more geared towards kids. So I just feel like it's something that I have to tune out my 4 and 10-year-old sisters listening to, because it's trying to teach me a life lesson at the end of the day. If I see animation or hear animation, I'm already kind of thinking, it's kind of not geared for me. Now if they're trying to teach me life lessons and I don't know what they're saying, yet, let the record show that Mr. Webb here said that he watches for relaxation, but I don't understand what is relaxing about this at all.
Okay. Are you finished?
Wow.
No, I'm done.
Wow. Very bold statements from Mr. Lame there. All right. All right, Mr. Webb. Would you like to counter argue that?
Of course. What I was saying before you forced me to stop was it doesn't even have to seem like it makes sense. But once you get into it, it makes sense. That's how great anime is. It will make anything make sense. There's an anime, Attack on Titan, you mentioned it before, about giant skinless creatures that look like humans that eat them. They eat humans. That's it. They just eat them. That's all they do. Does it make sense? If you think about it, hell no. But does it make sense when you watch the show? Of course. Now, you also said that you can't keep up with the screen and reading the subtitles. That's what dub is for. If you can't handle both, you can do dub. It's not my fault. You can't multitask. And you keep saying anime as a... You're clumping it all together. There are anime for children. That's what I mean by it's a genre. Just like there are TV shows for children and TV shows for adult. I promise you don't want your sister watching Shameless, right? But you have no problem her watching, like, let's say, The Flash or something like that. You know what I mean? It's more geared towards children. It's more PG.
Objection, relevancy?
The relevancy...
I'll allow it.
The relevancy is you said that you have to shield your sister's eyes from it and ears, correct?
No, objection. What I said was...
Excuse me, sir.
He asked me.
Excuse me. Stenographer. My stenographer once again told me you did say that. Continue.
No. Let's. You can go. Go ahead.
What I said was, it just seems like watching these things like anime, and because I'm so accustomed to it seeming like something for kids, it just seems like something that I already feel like I have to tune out. Something that I correlate to my 4 and 10-year-old sisters watching.
Okay, and that's what the issue is. Most people hear anime and they're like, that's for children. But I just said there was one about giant skinless creatures that eat people. I promise that is not for children. Now there are anime that are a little. I'll give you this. They're a little iffy. There are a bunch of magical girl anime. They are not for children. They are not for children. They are very violent. They are very bloody, and they are very aggressive, and they are kind of sad. So they're not for children, but they sound like it. So I will give you that. But at the end of the day, anime is a spectrum. There's the low, friendly kind. Then there's the extremely inappropriate, they got to the point where they make porn of it kind. There's a whole other category.
Onlyfans.com/Rashid.
I'm animated. It's hentai. I got you. That's what it's called. Anime porn is called hentai. I don't watch it. I promise.
He does it himself.
Yes. I'm a voice actor. Oh, senpai. You know what I mean? So those are my points. Those are my points.
Is that dubbed as well?
Yes, it is. Oh, you talking about what I just did? Yeah, that's dubbed. It's English. So it's not my fault you can't multitask. It's not my fault you can't get into something that's so beautiful that can transport you to a different world and not have it make sense always.
Do you have an emotional connection to anime?
I do.
Do you have an emotional connection to some characters in anime?
Absolutely.
Would you like to name some?
Yes.
Do you have any witnesses?
I've watched a lot of anime in my day, so I don't know if they've watched these anime, but I've watched. And I'm also bad at remembering names because they're all Japanese names, and they all have similar names. There's like in Assassin's Classroom they have Nagisa, and Clannad they have Nagisa. It's hard. So the ones that I love the most that hurt my feelings, I would say Your Lie in April, Clannad. What was I saying?
Let the record show he's lost his train of thought.
I definitely did. My memory. What did you ask me?
I didn't ask you a damn
sir,
thing.
Based on what my stenographer is telling me in my ear, he asked you the characters that you have emotional connection with.
Characters. I can't name individual characters. I apologize. Their names are confusing. I can't do it sometimes.
Is it their names that are confusing, or the fact that there is no general consensus of a category that anime would fall in?
It's the fact that I've watched well over 215 different anime, and a lot of them have the same names because Japanese people have. They like the names are similar.
Let the record show that Mr. Webb has a lot of free time.
Listen,
I have a very lot of free time. I started anime when
order in the court. All right.
Maybe 6.
This is going very long. I'm going to need you to give us the final statements of this debate.
Okay.
Mr. Webb, you may go first.
Vont Leak said that anime is a waste of time. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. It's a waste of time and no one should watch it. I disagree. If you can find an anime that suits your taste, it doesn't have to be violent. It could be romance. It could be a comedy. It could be a slice of life. It can be anything. I guarantee that you can get into anime because I was just like you. I didn't like anime at first either, but Sword Art, that changed my mind. And I'm sorry he has such a limited worldview.
Thank you, Mr. Webb. Mr. Lolo, would you like to give us your closing statements?
Your Honor, it's Leak.
It's whatever I say it is. My court. God damn it.
My closing statement is this. To me, anime seems like nothing more than a bunch of pish posh. I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of pish posh was an anime character's name. There's no direct line of categorization for me to be able to find certain anime that I want to get into. There's no way of me knowing what certain animes are about because they're simply not in my language, which I'm not discriminating against, but I just wish there was a way that this could be very well oriented better. I do not feel that there are animes that should be made in this present day because, again, adding to the first argument that I gave that anime is a category and not a genre itself, you know that dramas or horror movies or a bunch of different things, you know that they're not for certain audiences. You don't know what you're going to get when you're clicking on an anime.
You do. They have it listed.
Excuse me. Objection. Where's the bailiff?
Mr. Webb, please let Mr. Low Key,
Tell
all
me
right,
it's false information? Okay.
finish his closing statements. Thank you.
My final statement is this. Anime is trash. I'm sorry for those that like it out there. I'm sorry if you're a kid. I'm sorry if you're a grown man. I'm sorry if you like drawing demons. I'm sorry for whatever it is that you are into. Anime is trash. Point blank, period. There's no reason why you should be watching it because, quite frankly, I'm sure you can't understand it and you can't read that fast at the bottom of the screen.
Sir, Mr. Vont,
Yes.
is that your name?
Yes,
Whatever your name is.
Yes, it is.
Those are your final statements.
I believe so.
All right. Well, based on the opening and closing statements from both parties, I, the Honorable Judge Khadir, will leave it in the hands of you, the viewers. Leave a comment. Let me know who wins in color court.
If anime trash, so was Vont. Shout out to the In Color crew.
Tom, you like anime, right? And Tom.
He doesn't like anime. Is that why you gotta... Thank you all! And thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on our post notification bell.
And now. And now. It's time. For the box of thoughts. This week's thought-provoking question is...
Who in the hell put the muffins in... No, that's not what it says. Who put the alphabet in alphabetical order?
The Muffin Man.
Probably.
I mean, I'm mad at you.
Oh, you are?
Not at you guys. Let us know what you think, as well as sending us your box of thoughts questions to vontleakstudios@gmail.com because we love hearing your thought-provoking questions.
But don't go anywhere because here is a preview of next week's episode.
And until then, that's our show. Good night, everybody.
We believe it's important that dads out there know if they are or are not the father. So, okay, well, I'll go search elsewhere. He is not happy. Think he's not? He's not the
You don't think he is?